Today is another exciting day that we are going to talk about small businesses. So you are there, this is your first time on my channel. A very warm welcome to this channel. I'm building a community where people can discuss, talk about small businesses. I came to realize that small businesses are a big population. Small businesses is where these big businesses started from. The likes of Tesla, Amazon, they started as small businesses, but now you can see how far they have gone, they have grown to become, and this should be motivational. You should be motivated. Mm? So today I want us to discuss about social media strategy for small businesses. So many people are asking this question: what strategy should I use for a small business? What strategy? What social media strategy should I use for my business? For example, if you are running a small business, maybe service based, you are doing duct cleaning, you are doing plumbing, you have a barber shop, you have a boutique, you have a salon, mm? You are teaching from your house like me, you are offering coaching services, you are offering tutoring services to students. What social media strategy can work for you? And so many people are frustrated with social media. You post, 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 but you don't get views. Especially here on YouTube, you can post even 1 million videos, but still you are not getting views. Why is it happening this way? Is social media already saturated? Hmm? Is social media not a very good strategy for small businesses? So today I want us to talk about this topic so that we can try and find a solution. Uh, I will keep it educational. I want to create awareness about social media and small businesses. So, what is social media? I think that is not something that I would want to go into, but social media platforms are places where people go to socialize. People socialize on platforms such as YouTube. Here, people go to TikTok. We have X, we have Facebook, we have Instagram, we have Snapchat, and so many others are coming. We have TikTok. I cannot forget TikTok. So, which social media are you going to choose for your small business? That's what I want us to look into. And I know so many people are going to join the live. If you've been following, I want to maintain this consistency. I want to be going live every day at 4 p.m. and another time that I will also be testing out. Social media is an experiment. There is no one who knows it all. Even the big YouTubers you see, the big guys, the gurus, they are all experimenting on social media. So what is strategy? Should you go or should you be present on all social media sites as a small business person? Hmm? Or should you choose one social media network and stick with it? Hmm? So why is social media important? Now, so many businesses in the world, in nearly over a half of business in this world were discovered, uh, or people discovered about new brands through social media. So many small businesses will find social media as the cornerstone. What do we mean by cornerstone? I wanted to demonstrate using this 3-pin plug. This is a 3-pin plug. So social media is a cornerstone. It's like a cornerstone that is in one of these corner pins. Without one of those stones, your business strategy may be as good as broken. So, what is the big picture that we are talking about? Social media is not just an optional or extra strategy that you want to add to your small business, but you should take it as a core. Hmm? It should be taken as a core strategy for your business because it is cost effective. When I say cost effective, try and compare marketing your small business on a television network. Huh? You will need to the tune of maybe $10,000. If you are in Africa, you'll need maybe 100,000 if you are dealing with shillings. But social media, you can start with as little as zero. Hmm? You can start with very little money and still people will be attracted to your brand. For example, recently I started a TikTok channel for my free learning program. Mhm. Do you know a few posts have already attracted people towards that brand and they are already engaging with the brand? So slowly by slowly, gradually, I'm going to grow that brand into a very big educational program that will provide education to young people in Africa and other parts of the world. So look at it from a big picture. Social media is a core strategy that should drive your marketing for a small business. So it is cost effective for building what we call brand awareness. Brand awareness is the concept of people knowing or becoming aware of what you are doing as a business. For example, brand awareness, when I post my brand on TikTok or on Facebook, people become aware. Look at this logo, look at this image. They are doing education. They are teaching people virtual assistant work. They are giving young girls skills on how to become virtual assistant. So that's what we call brand awareness. Social media is also good because it helps you connect with audience. What I'm doing right now is I'm trying to connect with you guys. I'm trying to connect with my people who are interested in small businesses that can be started at home. Eventually, this is going to become a very big brand and it's going to attract so many people. Through social media, through this YouTube live, I'm able to interact with you. You can ask questions and I'm able to respond. For example, if you look down here, we have people like Evans who has said hi. And I can reply to them saying, how are you doing, Evan Pentil? Then another thing is that you can start a goal with social media. You can clearly tell your audience what they will gain. For instance, by the end of this live, you will have understood what we mean by strategy for small businesses. You will be able to develop your own strategy that you can implement to grow your business on social media. So I want us to be more practical. Let's go step by step. If you want to develop a strategy for your small business on social media. So the first thing, or step number one, I hope you are writing down. Step number one is to write down your goals. And when you are writing goals, make sure that you are smart. Your goals should be smart. So without clear goals, it is very difficult to know what you are doing or what you are pursuing on social media. Smart simply means your goals are specific, your goals are measurable, your goals are achievable, your goals are relevant, and your goals are time bound. So try and write down that word SMART as you try to develop a strategy for social media. I will give an example for SMART goals. Maybe someone had the goal of get more followers. That is a bit vague or not clear. But if you say, I want to use TikTok to increase website traffic by 10%, or I want to use Instagram to improve web traffic by 15% by the end of 3 months or the first quarter of the year. The second version of that goal is SMART. So take note of that. Step number two, know who is your audience. Don't be tempted to try and reach everyone. I've tried that thing and it can burn you out. Don't try that outdated goal that you want to reach anyone. For example, me on my channel, I'm reaching for small businesses. I want to serve small businesses, people who are trying, people who are starting out, people who are struggling with small businesses, people who are frustrated with small businesses. You are my target audience. So encourage creating a simple buyer persona. Before you even start posting on X or YouTube or Facebook, create a buyer persona. A buyer persona will help you achieve your goal. You need to ask the question, what goal will my business, or what problem is my business going to solve to that ideal customer? Like for instance, I ask myself, what problem will my will my virtual assistant agency or program help someone who is running a Shopify store? How will my program or Etsy or virtual assistant training help someone with an Etsy store? Then number three, choose the key platforms. Start choosing the key platforms. For example, you can choose TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And each one of these platforms will have their own importance or value. So avoid the chaos. Avoid the chaos of being on all platforms. It is better to be consistent on one platform than trying to be present on all platforms. So for example, Facebook is a good platform for creating brand awareness. Facebook will help you create brand awareness. People will become aware of your brand when they see or keep seeing your Facebook page. TikTok is a good place for reaching out new people. When you want to attract new audience, then use TikTok, short videos. LinkedIn is the place for B2B. If you want to do B2B marketing, then LinkedIn is the place because it helps you build what they call professional authority. Then YouTube, as they say, is a search engine. YouTube is the place where you should give value. People are looking for value, long form content like what I'm doing. These are an example of a long form content where I'm explaining step by step how you can create a social media strategy if you are a small business. I hope you are following. So the next thing I want us to create a content or engagement plan. So how do you develop a content mix? A mix in simple terms is two or three things that have been merged or put together or combined. So you develop a mix by doing what we call diversifying. So you move beyond just promotions and you introduce something called content pillars. You need to ask yourself, what are the content pillars for my social media? What core themes do you want to tell your audience? What three important things do you want your audience to be always be remembering about your brand? So that's what we mean by content pillars. So for example, you can start with the education. Like what I'm doing is an education video. I'm creating awareness about how to create a strategy for social media if you are a small business. Okay, so when you are creating educational content, you are giving people some value. Then another important pillar would be behind the scenes. You want to become transparent, show people behind the scenes what happens behind the scenes, that is behind this video, what's happening. People want to know, like, how do you record your videos, how do you script your YouTube script, how do you edit. Then we have what we call user generated content. I want to share what your customers are experiencing. That's what we mean by user generated content. And the experts say that such content is authentic and helps to build trust. Another thing is entertaining. How do you entertain people? For example, you create a live video, then you start your performance. You want to dance, you want to dance, you want to dance. You want to dance and rotate so that people can see you. So don't fear dancing. I've seen so many people dancing because it is human. I'm also learning how to do the dance and still maintain professionalism. I can also dance. So entertaining or being funny, you can be funny in your videos, crack jokes, like pranking, the way I see couples do pranking. You want to prank your partner and show your audience. You want to prank maybe your customers. Anyway, do you like pranks? Me, I usually find them interesting, especially those ones that are pranking people in supermarkets. There is this prank of Apple Pay, where a guy goes to the supermarket and tries to prank people that he's taking their money. So when you hear the sound, does it do t or t? The Apple Pay. That Apple Pay prank really makes people to freak out and start calling help. You can imagine someone is in the supermarket and he's shouting, and nobody's coming to help you. It's weird. But anyway, pranks have become very popular. The channels that are doing prank are really growing, and they attract a lot of attention because they create some kind of conflict, the kind of conflict that most people are attracted to. So entertainment is one of the ways you can keep your audience to your channel. So after looking at those content pillars, I now want us to dive into something else: the anatomy of a high performing post. So for a post to be considered to be high performing, what should it have? So number one, visuals. Visuals are non-negotiable. Like what you are seeing here, these are visuals. We are talking about images or video. Studies show that visuals get more clicks and engagement than text. Then you should also add captions. Captions should be clear and intriguing. Then aim for headlines or captions that are between 10 to 20 words if you want good engagement. Then call to action. Call to action, CTA, is where you are telling your audience, please subscribe to my channel. I want you to subscribe to this channel because I'm giving you free information that can change your life. I'm giving you tips. I'm giving you business ideas that you can work from the comfort of your home. Like I want you to go and watch a video that I did about business ideas. There are over 30 business ideas that you can start from home and start making money. Like take my example, I have started teaching online and it's giving me some money. It is giving me money to pay my bills. It is giving me money to buy stuff. Okay? Like the phone I'm using to record these videos. I bought it after saving money that I got from teaching online. So call to action is very important. Then hashtags are also very useful if you want to be effective in or if you want a high performing post. Make use of hashtags in a strategic way. They help you or they help your content to be discovered. Then you can use a mix of niche, community, and branded hashtag. Mix. When you are using hashtags, mix between hashtags that are niche based, hashtags that are community based, and branded hashtags. So what are examples of these hashtags? Can you tell me examples of hashtags that are niche? Anyone who knows the answer? So that is something you should do research about. I will also do research on types of hashtags. Then the power of engagement. How do you ensure that you have engagement? Social media is a two-way conversation. It is about building a community. I'm trying to build a community. I'm not just trying to broadcast. I'm trying to get people who can be listening to my stories about small businesses. By the way, I'll be telling you so many stories. I've done so many businesses. I've done so many businesses that I'll be telling you. One time I decided to build a greenhouse using local materials. I wanted to start selling local seedlings of exotic trees, herbal trees. So I went in my rural area and built that greenhouse myself. It was around 10 feet by 10 feet. Then I left and came back to the city with a few seedlings, including Wambugia ugandensis. If you know Wambugia ugandensis, is a medicinal plant. It's a medicinal tree that is used for treating things like toothache. It basically kills bacterial infections. So I started that business, but when I went to the city, the business collapsed. I went back home and found that rainwater had destroyed the juala. If you know juala in Kiswahili, I had put a roof with the juala. That is a plastic, a polythene bag, polythene paper. That is just one. I've done so many small businesses that failed. But for every business failure, there is always a lesson to learn. I also did what we call car hire. I bought a small car, a Honda Fit. I bought a Honda Fit second hand and gave it out to someone to do taxi business. That car went and got an accident. I don't know how it landed to another person. The guy that I gave the car gave to his friend. The car had comprehensive insurance, but the insurance guys refused to compensate. So I lost that car. Anyway, the thing I'm trying to tell you is that I'm trying to build a community, people who can relate with the struggles that small business people go through. So number 3, execution. What is execution? I want to say that if you have decided to go the social media, if you decided to pursue or take your small business on social media, you can start by creating a content calendar. This will help you to be consistent. And a simple spreadsheet, either using Microsoft Excel or Google Slides, will help you with that particular task. Plan how you are going to do your posts in advance. This helps to save time and ensure consistent presence. And another strategy or tip that you can use for maintaining consistency or planning is to hire a virtual assistant. When you are doing your normal work, you are a teacher, you are teaching in the US, you are a nurse, you are working during the day, a virtual assistant can be doing the work of planning and posting your content. A virtual assistant can be the person who is creating your content. You just need to supervise. You just need to give instruction and fund that virtual assistant, and they will deliver consistent posting of your social media sites. You can assign one virtual assistant with a retainer of as little as $300 per month. If you are a nurse, you are working, $300 is peanuts. If you are a teacher in the US, $300 is peanuts. But you can afford to pay that to a virtual assistant just to get your business online or on social media. So that is a tip that I'm giving you. And I'm seeing people getting very good results. People who are in the US and are investing in virtual assistants, they are getting results. I've seen a guy who is paying as much as $550 every month to a virtual assistant who is doing the SEO work, search engine optimization. The guy has his duct cleaning services listed on Google My Profile. So the work of a virtual assistant is to keep updating, keep posting pictures. Uh, the guy also does what we call keyword research and so many other tasks. I have another guy who pays his virtual assistant $500 just for maintaining Airbnb listings. So when that guy has invested $500 at the end of the month, he can see the profit, maybe $5,000 or $7,000 from all the Airbnbs that he has listed on the platform. So make use of virtual assistants. It is the new game changer. Then another thing, study your analytics. Try and move beyond what we call mere metrics, but focus on what matters. You want to focus on the engagement rate, you want to focus on the website clicks, you want to focus on conversion rate. Then make use of free native analytics that are available in the apps to see what is working and double down on it. For example, when I go to my YouTube studio, I can look at the analytics. How many views have I had this month? How many engagements am I getting on my videos? That's what we call the native analytics. But you can also, if you have the resources, you can also go for the advanced tactics. If you have advanced in the game, you can go for advanced tactics like collaborating. You can collaborate with the other content creators. Like you go to a successful YouTube account and you comment in a meaningful way on what they are posting. You can also partner with the micro influencers in your niche. Who are micro influencers? Do you know examples of micro influencers? So try and do research on that. Then be authentic. Authenticity is when, I'll give an example. I've told you about my past businesses, the struggles that I went through. Even with this coaching or online teaching business, there are struggles that I go through. Editing is not easy. Sometimes I have to post my videos without editing. I also have challenges with the power. Where I post these videos, I'm doing this in a country where power blackouts are very common. And when power goes down or power goes off, if you don't have backup, it becomes a big challenge to post. Like in the morning at around 9 a.m., I was trying to go live, but there was a problem with the network. So every business has some of these challenges. And when you share challenges with your audience, you are simply building that trust. You make people see that you are a real person and you are not a robot. So what have we learned? What are the key takeaways in this long video? So we talked about the main steps if you want to grow your small business on social media. Set a goal, that was number one. Then know your audience, number two. Number three, pick platforms. Number four, create valuable content. Number five, engage. Then last thing is to measure. Make use of analytics. So I want just to encourage my followers, my subscribers, that you don't need a big budget. You don't need a massive budget to become successful on social media. You don't need a very big budget to become consistent or creative on social media. You should be willing to make use of available resources, like what I've told you about virtual assistants. In countries like Africa, in African countries, we have people who are talented. We have young people who are very creative. With just a small budget like $300 or $500, these guys can make your business go viral. These guys can make your business increase presence on social media. So you have the challenge of growing your small business on social media. You have that challenge of being consistent. Why can't you reach out to me? We can work out on a plan on how to help you become consistent on social media so that you can start seeing the results. I will help you implement the social media strategy so that your business can start seeing the results. Okay. So the first step I've told you, define one clear goal for your business during this week or next week. Then everything else will follow later on. I want to end it there. It is now 43 minutes past 4. Thank you so much for your patience, those who have been able to follow this live. We will have another live tomorrow, same time, where I will be teaching my virtual assistants. Tomorrow we are going to be learning about the myths. We are going to be debunking the myths about virtual assistants industry or virtual assistants in general. So thank you so much, and I will see you in the next live.